What's up guys, Frantic here, and welcome to the Sunday Show, where I recommend you some awesome stuff that I've been listening to this week and hope that you find something to listen to. Let's jump into it. Alright, so we're going to start off with a repeat recommendation. I don't normally do this, I usually try to give you some new stuff, but I'm going to recommend something from the very first episode of the Sunday Show, so I can give it a more proper recommendation. That recommendation is Rishloo, and the album is Living as Ghosts with Buildings for Teeth. Now that is quite a name for an album, honestly. It's a crazy name, but the best way to describe Rishloo is Tool with different influences, but when you look back at their older stuff, you can definitely find the influence of Tool. So when it comes to this newest album of theirs, which is this album, it's a lot more different than that. So I definitely recommend that you listen to it. If you want to get just a couple of glimpses into the album, I'd recommend the last track, Just a Ride, or the second track, Landmines. Both are really, really good songs, and if you enjoy those, you should love the rest of the album. Alright, next up, I'm also going to recommend a band I've recommended before, but not an album I've recommended from them. So, I've recommended Fate's Warning from the first episode of this show before. Fate's Warning is the other Dream Theater, basically is what I said, and I'm going to stand by that. They do a lot of progressive stuff, but they're a little more, they're different. They have different styles. They aren't crazy fast guitarists, but they aren't slow. It's hard to describe it without actually listening to it. But anyways, I personally think that you guys should go listen to A Pleasant Shade of Grey, which is a concept album they did back in, I think, 97, and it's a really interesting album. So far, I've only had about a week to listen to it, so I can't really dive into what the meaning of it is, but it definitely has some really, really good stuff in it. So anyways, if you really have liked what I've recommended from them before, or if you just are a fan of something like Dream Theater, you really enjoy Fate's Warning. So check out A Pleasant Shade of Grey. It's really good, and I definitely recommend that album. Alright, and I only got one more recommendation for you guys this week. Sorry for the short week. If you can tell, I'm kind of stuffed up and not sounding so great, so it's hard to talk really loud and, present all this. But anyway, we're going to hop into atmospheric black metal once again. I really enjoyed this style of music. It's very, I don't know, it's good to work to, usually is how I'm listening to it. Other people, you can enjoy it for the musicality as well, but I'm going to recommend a band called Enisum, and they have this album called Arpitanian that is really, really good, and what they do that's a little different than any other atmospheric black metal band that I've ever listened to is that they add like a female vocals to it. I have heard bands that do this, but usually the woman is not singing too much, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just they use the woman as an accent to the growling, essentially, which is really, really cool, and I like that. So if you only had to, I recommend you one song off this album, it would be Sunset on My Path. It's the very last track that kind of does what I just talked about. Definitely recommend that album, and like I said, if you like that song, listen to the rest of the album. Alright guys, that's where I'm going to end it today. Bear with me as I try to figure out what I want to do for this final screen. I was trying something different originally and it didn't work out, but I'm working on it. And like I said in the video, I'm not feeling too great. It's kind of stuffed up, sore throat type deal, so sorry if I was a little quieter, if I did, kind of ended the episode abruptly. Hard to focus, but anyways, let me know what you guys thought. Did you like last week's episode? What about the songs? Did you like them? Did you love them? Did you hate them? I'm always interested to hear so I can tailor the show to your liking. And beyond that, let me know what you guys are listening to this week, because I always love to find other new stuff that I may or may not have heard of. And it doesn't have to be strictly metal. I know I only really talk about it, but I always love hearing other types of music. So anyways guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.